Guys, you are currently watching a clip from our podcast, The Fellas. The full podcast is available exclusively on Spotify with video for free. So go ahead and follow us on Spotify. It actually helps us out more than you could imagine.
I've been away.
Yeah, you have. Vegas. How was it? You've been back for over a week now, and I haven't asked you one. It's almost like I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care? You were itching. You said, let's save it for the pod. Let's save it for the pod. Anyways, let me tell you about Vegas. And of course,
I just didn't get to go, so I'm in tears.
You know what's funny is, like, I got back and I was like, I can't wait to talk about all these fun things on the Fellas podcast.
It did look good on stories.
Yeah. And then I got back and Side Plus had done about 20 fucking episodes on the whole holiday. So if you,
all the news is gone.
Nah, but you know what they're like, bro. They like to keep it civil. You know, they keep it. You know, they all chat. They dissect the holiday.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna let you know it was a shit show.
All right,
right. It was a mess from
it.
the top to the bottom, in a good and a bad way. Right.
Okay.
We'll start off with the energy. So I rock up. I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. The last time I was in Las Vegas, Nevada, Chip took me out to Area 51 at midnight. Yeah. So this trip could only go better.
Yeah.
Or could it? So I rocked up.
Yep.
Stayed at the Aria Hotel. I like that hotel. It's a nice hotel.
Very expensive. Very expensive.
It's one of the more expensive hotels on there, but it's not like you'd spend more money going to like staying in a nice place in Ibiza.
Really?
Yes, seriously, man. Because what they do is they finesse you, right? So they keep the hotel rooms cheap so you're there because they know you're going to lose all your fucking money on the tables.
Wow, that's actually quite smart.
Yeah.
Smart move.
And what they do to like the big spenders as well is that you just don't pay for any rooms because they know you're going to lose 50 grand on the tables.
Whoa, so big spenders don't need to get a room?
No,
really?
they'll just get their room. They'll be like, don't worry about it. Yeah, because they know like the high stakes players are going to lose more money when they're down.
Smart, yeah, it's smart.
I think Dana White, the UFC owner, he actually got banned from loads of Vegas casinos because he just kept winning. Fuck knows how he did it. But no, if you Google it, he actually gives a figure on how much money he's won at Vegas casinos before he got banned. It's interesting.
That is crazy. Like, so what? He's banned from... You can't... Can you just do ban?
Yeah.
So
because it's just a private, isn't it? It's a private property, so they just say, you're banned from our casino.
Do they think he's cheating? Or are they just so like, fuck, his looks too good, fuck him?
Yeah, I think that's the vibe that I got because it's not like he was card counting. And look, Dana, if you're watching, I don't want you to take this personally, but I don't think he has the mental capacity to card count. Okay,
Yeah,
it's difficult. It's difficult.
Very intense thing to
do.
So he won as much as $7 million in one night.
Wow.
In one night.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then you can imagine they've gone, right, mate, you're not coming back. You've won $7 million. But then I think, like, if I was the keenest
what's he
casino...
playing? What's he playing to win $7 million, though?
Blackjack.
We'd like to know.
Blackjack.
Yeah, he's blackjack.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, we rock up to Vegas. We're chilling. And so leading up to Vegas, JJ has been giving it the absolute big ones.
Yeah.
Saying, boys.
Like what? He's going to win?
Well, no. It's going to be nuts.
Okay, yeah.
We're out every night. We're going to go crazy. I can't wait for a holiday.
Yeah.
He's there like, finally, a holiday with the boys. I've been waiting for it. Get me busy. We turn up to the airport. Oh, you're not drinking the whole week. JJ has decided not to drink for the entire week. Okay, that's fine because, after a little bit of chatting to him, it was quite clear that he really wasn't going to drink that whole thing. And that's fine because you could still have a good time without drinking. Example, Toby. Toby on a night out, he is the most energetic.
He's always having a good time.
And he's always the last one to leave the club.
Yeah,
and he
true.
doesn't have a drop of alcohol.
Yeah. I was wondering, like, how you still awake, bro? Like,
I've always asked him, he always says that he doesn't drink.
yeah.
But does that mean he doesn't do gear? Because that would explain how he's able to do those long sessions. He's always been upfront about no alcohol.
He's a Christian man, though, so I'm going to go ahead and say...
What? So all of a sudden, Christian men don't snort cocaine?
I think I would know if he did.
Yeah, I think
just because I can sniff it out. So I did that. Nah, you can spot a man who does a bit of bag from a mile off.
Yeah, you can. I'd like to think I'd be able to tell if he was snorting that Vegas power. But anyway, so JJ drops a bomb on us that he's not drinking. Fine, whatever. Bazinga goes, I'm not drinking either. And I'm thinking, look, JJ, I can kind of, sometimes he goes through these phases, right? But Ethan has got alcohol running through his veins.
He's
right?
a West Ham fan.
He's a name one sober West Ham fan.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. So, anyways, after a couple of minutes, obviously Bazinga falls and he's drinking, right? But JJ just wasn't drinking. Then we started going on these nights out, and we turned up, and now Lux has been out there for a year. It looked like he'd been out there for a year. He was already out there for a week before, because we're actually out there to celebrate Lux's 30th birthday. And he's on the ropes. Like, already. It's day 7 for him, day 1 for us. And we're looking at him, and he's there like, yeah, I feel a little bit ill. I'm not too great. But I'm like, yeah, I'm coming out. He's still coming out. So we go out like third night in, and he's dead. He's there. He's got like this horrific cough. He's so ill. He looks like shit, and he can barely make it out. At this point, JJ, I'm pretty sure he's sacked off like 2 nights out, and we're only like 4 nights out in. Right, and he just says, oh, I don't want to go because I want to be fresh for tomorrow. But then I was there like, mate, what are you wanting to be fresh for? We're not doing anything. All we do is sit on the gambling table until it's time to go to dinner.
Yeah.
That is it. There's no activities.
Yeah.
We did one activity, right? And that involved us walking around Vegas, day drinking, and then getting pissed in an ice bar. That was an activity.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, which I don't mind. A lot of the boys were there like, I wish I did more activities. And I was there like, I didn't really mind not doing it. I don't know what
it's
you're
Vegas,
like.
you know.
Yeah,
it's not
Vegas.
like, you know, you ain't going Rome. You ain't looking at the Colosseum and shit.
Yeah, and or I'm not. Let's say, okay, I'll go Hawaii. Yeah, you go on runs, you go surfing, you do all this cool shit. It's like, no, you're in Vegas.
Yeah.
The activities maybe consist of going dune buggying and shooting some things in a range.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, you are there for alcohol, hookers, drugs.
No, I was there for alcohol and gambling.
That is what I would also be there for.
Yeah. So we were there. I ended up, at the end of the week, about £5,000 down, right?
Yeah. Minor for you. That's got to be about 0.0001% of the Spotify deal.
You know what's funny is the night that I lost the majority of the money was the night we got paid from Spotify. Obviously, I got a bit excited.
Wow.
And I thought just the bank never ended. But I was very quickly humbled.
Love that. Net worth tripled.
Net worth tripled. Look, we can't go. Don't Google the net worth. By the way, have you ever Googled someone's net worth? Google Chip's net worth right now.
So here's the funny thing.
This is so funny. I swear it says 30 grand.
Here's the funny thing. If you Google my Fortnite channel, it comes up with like $2 million net worth, which is obviously complete cap because it's 4.
Yeah, and then
if you Google the burnt chip, I'm almost sure it's like 100 grand.
What we got? Here we go. 1.4 mil. Wait, is that the burnt chip? The burnt chip, 1.4 M's, you know, Chip.
Yeah, that's light.
That's light.
That's light.
Despite what you actually look like that is light, isn't it?
Yeah, that is light.
What else? What happened in Vegas? Vegas was anyway, so JJ just like didn't really come out, or when he would come out, there was one really funny time because everyone would be ribbing him about like, oh mate, you always leaving early and like you're just bailing on the boys. So one night you can see it got to him a little bit, and he went, all right, well, I'm gonna be out, like I'm gonna be there to the end with you guys. So we're at dinner, and he asked for 2 espresso shots.
Right? Yeah, I like the sound of this.
So he necks these 2 espresso shots.
I love this.
And then the dinner goes on, and then he gets like a coffee. Like, it was just a coffee. I can't remember what the coffee was. And then by the end of it, he's had like 4 shots of coffee. So he's convinced, like he's up for this, and we're going, fucking hell, JJ's really about to do this. Anyways, we get to the club. He's buzzing off of caffeine, and he necks a Red Bull.
Right.
Right.
Surely this is a bit
and now
too
he's
much.
a Red Bullin'. Okay. Now, there's another thing that you can get called a caffeine pill. Okay.
Right.
Now these are completely like they're normal. Like if you just need to stay awake or something like, you can have just a caffeine pill.
It's almost like just necking a Red Bull, but in a little bit of a pill.
Yeah, in a pill.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he necks one of those.
Yeah.
Right. Anyways, the night goes on. JJ's there. He would have short bursts of dancing and vibing, and then he disappeared. And half an hour goes by, and I'm thinking, where's JJ? And he has a big, tall bodyguard, Steve, legend of a man. You wouldn't be able to miss him. So I'm like, well, he's not anywhere else in the club. I need a piss. I go into the toilet. Steve is stood there by one of the cubicles. And I'm thinking, "You all right, Steve?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Where's JJ?" He's like, "He's in the toilet. I think he might have fallen asleep on the toilet." And I'm thinking, nah, there's no way. He banged so much caffeine. There's no way he's fallen asleep. That's the last thing. So he's on the cubicle, and I've given it a like that. "JJ, you all right?" And he goes, "Yeah," like that. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, that's a bit weird. He has been in here for like 40 minutes. He comes out, and he goes, "I've never had a more painful shit than what has just come crawling out of his ass." And he said all that caffeine, because, if you have one bit of coffee, you go pretty much to the shitter.
Yeah.
Now, can you imagine have all that caffeine just blocked up on your arsehole? And it was supposed it just kicked off. He said his stomach was in bits, and he had to go home midway through the night, despite doing everything he could to stay
Did he come
up.
back though?
No, he didn't.
Oh.
Because his stomach was in bits from the caffeine.
No. So
that's what it, because I guess he'd never done like you and me.
Yeah.
If we have 1 or 2 coffees, that's probably it for the day, because it does your stomach in. This bloke, so determined to stay out with the boys, fair play to him. He's given it an effort, but it's just completely backfired.
So did he manage to get any nights in?
Like, he would come out on the nights, but he would be the first to leave, and pretty early.
What time? Like 1 a.m.?
Nah, because we'd get to the club like 12:30. He'd be gone by 1:15, 1:30. He'd be there for like an hour tops.
Shit, man.
Yeah.